Hey everyone, just popping in real quick for the content warning as we discuss death, suicide, and school shooting. Anyway, enjoy the episode.
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Why Did We Watch This Movie? I'm Finn,
And I'm Sky.
and today we're joined by
Jacob. Oh,
One-
Jacob. Jacob. Yeah.
Jacob.
Jacob.
And today we ask, why did we watch Death Note 2017?
I'm working on 4 hours of sleep. I watched a pretty good movie last night. I just watched a
Pretty bad
pretty
movie.
middle
Middle of the road
mid movie.
You
just
watched
then.
Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Yes, and tomorrow I'm watching Breaking Dawn Part 2. But now we're talking about one of the most loathed movies on my part, Death Note 2017.
Oh, wait. Are we back in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Look, I'll figure out where to do it when I'll figure out the
we
ending.
are at the whims of Sky right now. So.
I'm sorry. I was like, look, I'll figure out as we're going along, alright? A young man comes to possess a supernatural notebook, the Death Note, that grants him the power to kill any person simply by writing their name on the pages. He then decides to use the notebook to kill criminals and change the world. But an enigmatic detective attempts to track him down and end his reign of terror.
Reign of Terror, my ass.
Yeah.
I think a good way to start this is by going over what I was sending to the group chat for these guys while watching it.
Yeah.
It's good.
So, I'm watching the Death Note movie, and I'm 20 minutes in, and I want to die.
Yeah.
Immediately after, he's such a pussy. Immediately after
Yeah.
that, in all caps, he has an Alienware laptop. He's such a bitch. Half an hour after that, what the fuck is even happening? So. Misa is the bad guy, and L already knows it's Light halfway in, and Light just told him it's Kira. What the fuck is this movie?
Yeah.
That
Look,
is just a good,
It's-
preface.
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause my god.
I'm still coming to terms with the fact this movie is real. Because it doesn't feel real.
But if you
Now,
think of like anime that could be turned into like a good movie, Death Note's like up there. Like this is
Oh, yeah.
This is
easily.
not that hard.
Definitely.
This is
Wasn't there,
pretty easy.
wasn't there already a live action Death Note?
I think
Oh,
there's-
they're like the Japanese
there's-
ones. They're
yeah.
I don't know
Many.
how good they are.
They've got a 3.1 on Letterboxd.
So
wonder
they're
how many
mid
there
as
are.
fuck.
Mid as fuck, and they're 2 hours long.
Oh god.
Oh, wait, I was like, how long is this one?
This one was 101 minutes.
That's too long. 2 hours, I'll take it. This one, though, too long.
This movie really felt like it could
dragged
have
on.
it. I feel like it had potential in like
Oh, it
the
definitely
concept
did.
of doing it and the idea of just doing Death Note but in America. But it's just so poorly written, and that's just the
Mhm.
worst part of it. Because like Dragon Ball last week never had a chance. No way. This movie genuinely could have been good. And I'm not just saying that like they could have just adapted it easier. Even if they did like what they did here and changed so many plot points and made it like basically just a different story, that's okay.
Yeah.
But why'd they just have to make it so bad?
Yeah.
So bad.
Also, I just want to point out, Jacob, you watched Dragon Ball Z and then Death Note.
No, it's Death Note and then Dragon Ball Z.
Also,
Yeah.
The Dragon
that's
Ball,
that's
Evolution.
terrible. Jacob, did you go to the hospital afterwards? Because that's a dangerous thing to do to someone. Dude.
Honestly, no. Okay. I really did not like watching this one. Like watching Death Note, I feel like was just some funny. Like I was laughing for a good amount of it, but there was just a lot of like, this is dumb. I'm like some semi checking out sometimes. Of like at least what the story the fuck is happening. Whereas with Dragon Ball Evolution, I was at the very least like finding it funny the entire way. It always did something to keep me entertained. This one just didn't.
Yeah, no, I kind of
it's
agree
not-
with that.
Yeah, because like the plotting of this is so like so messy and so weirdly paced that like you kind of have no idea how much time was passing ever, and it feels like just so many of big events. It just happen, and then like but the events of those big things happening are never the actual plot points that matter. The plot points that matter is like, Misa said she didn't love me as much.
Sorry, not Misa, Mia.
Oh,
yeah,
Mia.
Mia. Yeah.
Hey, Mia said she doesn't love me as much.
God. I mean, hey, it is quite funny to watch a movie about a school shooter, because this is what it felt.
No, but he's
like,
not. No, but no. It's
no.
not.
It felt like watching a rom-com about a school shooter with a Hotline Miami soundtrack.
The soundtrack was
Yeah.
actually fire.
Yeah, the soundtrack was
Because it sounds like Hotline Miami.
pretty-
Everything else,
yeah.
though, suck.
No, I wouldn't say everything else.
What parts are good, Jacob?
Willem Dafoe did amazing.
Yeah. I actually wrote
Okay,
this
that's
down.
fair.
Willem Dafoe and his co-star Jason Lyle as the voice and body of Ryuk, respectively, were actually probably the best part of this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
I would say they did a phenomenal job. If I was looking for like a Ryuk like played, these two did it so well.
Yeah.
It is perfect. I think it looks, moves, and the way it's acted is just so well. God, Willem Dafoe's voice is so crazy for this.
It is.
Yeah.
He was probably one of the best people you could have asked for to do the voice of English Ryuk.
He's also the only good actor in the movie.
Okay, I want
okay.
I want to
Yes,
say
You're right.
no.
Okay, look,
Margaret Qualley is an amazing actor. This is just really early in her career when she was making bad life choices, clearly.
So, okay, then I'll rearrange. He's the only one doing good acting.
Thank you. That's
yes.
a lot better.
At the time, no, she wasn't doing great. But now, Margaret Qualley is a great actor.
Yeah, she is.
She
Like
is...
in the following years, like she'd do My Salinger Years, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Poor Things, and most recently, The Substance, which was a fucking phenomenal film.
Our Secret 11th film for Biff.
Yeah.
It was... God, that movie fucking rocks.
I
mean, look, it's a very upsetting watch, but it's so good.
Okay, so it's good to hear that she at least...
She had a
got
change.
out.
She had a change of heart.
She got out.
She got out.
Or just got out of bad writer or even.
She got out of
director hell.
movie jail.
Yeah, look. There's a lot of actors in this. Some of them,
Oh.
Correct,
this might have been
there
their
are.
first role, and this might have been some of their best work.
And some of
then
them
that means,
should have
and that
been
means
their
they,
last roles.
yeah, and that probably means they got nothing afterwards. Willem Dafoe, he's untouchable in the sense that he can do whatever the fuck he wants, and nothing in terms of acting will change his career.
Mm.
He can be in a complete dog shit of film, and then he'll come back around and do a wonderful art piece where he's cock swinging everywhere, and he's kissing Robert Pattinson, and everyone loves it.
The Lighthouse, what a brilliant film.
Yeah. Sadly, we don't see his cock, but
I wish.
6 out of 5 movie.
So, what notes do you guys have for this movie?
Oh, I have so.
Oh.
This is one of the few times where I filled the entire page with my notes.
And please serenade us with your horrid screams.
But also, can I quickly know? And now I've completely lost my train of thought. Great.
Notes you have?
Yeah, I'm sure whatever I was about to say will come back to me.
Yeah.
So first of all, we already mentioned it, but the fact that it's set in America, it did not need to be.
I think it's okay, like
It-
localizing.
Yeah, it
Because
can
as
be.
a story, I feel like Death Note works both ways.
Yeah,
I mean, Death Note, it doesn't really matter where you set it. It can work. It's
yeah.
like, in
Yeah,
terms
it
of a
works
story,
anywhere.
it can work.
Mm.
This one just didn't.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Just to
Yeah.
qualify, we've all seen the anime, right?
Yes.
Yes. I feel that's important to note.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Granted, I have watched it once and it was years ago, but
I watched it once and it was years ago.
I also watched it once and it was years ago.
oh, good, we're all on the same footing.
But we all enjoyed it.
I think, yeah,
It's
well,
a
I did. Yeah,
Fiction.
it is.
We were also all
I-
probably in high school, prime time to watch Death Note.
I think I watched it in in our final year of high school, which is very funny. Or maybe even I might even watched it the year after we graduated.
I think I watched it the year before we graduated.
I watched it
don't
when I was
know.
like 14.
Oh,
You said that
Extra
with
prime
such
time.
convictions, guy.
well, it's like that's extra prime time. That's like edgy teenager time to watch Death Note.
I was getting.
That's like
I
life
really-
changing for an edgy teenager.
Actually, like 13 almost.
Oof,
This is like when I was
Wow.
first getting into anime.
oof. A pivotal moment in your life.
Mhm.
Actually, well, let's be honest. Like when you start out watching anime, the stuff that you usually start on is like, oh, what's the best ones? Death Note. Sometimes they might steer you towards Tokyo Ghoul, which happened to me.
One Piece.
That's
One
crazy.
One Piece
That
really
Tokyo
happens
Ghoul is-
later.
No,
What was that?
you're just not a true fan or believer.
But yes, One Piece great.
Can I? Nat Wolff, who plays Light in this film. First of
Yeah.
all, this is a problem I had with the Death Note anime. Who names their child Light?
Because he's the
It's weird.
That was just a quick note. Never
Honestly,
liked
it makes more sense in English.
No.
No.
No, it's a real human being in like America. They could name their kid Light.
Actually,
weird.
you know what? I'm on Jacob's side now. That does sound like
It
an
makes-
American thing to
It
do.
makes more sense than like a Japanese guy naming his son Light.
That's fair, actually. Okay.
Does the word light mean something in Japan, Jacob?
Yeah, it means light.
Does the English word light mean something?
If you're a poetic bitch enough, then sure. But like
No,
I'm like
no,
it doesn't
no.
translate differently.
No, it's an English word.
Okay, cool.
It
But-
doesn't.
Yeah. So, Pin,
But
what do you got for notes for
Light-
us?
Light in this film is just such an obnoxious piece of shit.
He's
And-
awful.
Yeah.
And he is in the anime as well, but he's tolerable in the anime.
No, in the anime, he's arrogant
Yeah.
and full of himself, and that's where like why he's like that's where his stuff comes from. This one, no, is just so stupid and
Obnoxious.
such a
and
he's such a pussy. God, he's such
He's
a pussy.
He's
stupid
such-
and dumb and
Yes.
stupid.
such
and, like,
a pussy.
Anime Light has his flaws, but we can all look past that because he is genuinely smart.
Yes.
And
Yes,
and like
absolutely.
actually works very hard for what he does.
Mm.
This Light literally did nothing on his own. Mia, I mean, did literally completely carried him the entire movie and did every single plot point.
Yeah. Oh,
She is the
God.
master. She is Kira. He is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so just like thinking about it, like I think what really worked with the anime Light was that as a rule of life is that everything is 90% confidence.
Mm.
He
Huh?
walked around like he was the cock of the town. He walked
he
around
was.
dick forward, energy popping. He
But he
walked around like
deserves
he was meant to be there.
No, But he deserves
This
it.
one.
In the anime, Light is a in the story a very attractive person with very good grades that is basically set for life to become like very rich or like just very popular and well respected.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's not set up for shit.
No.
And he feels it. He's like, oh, my
It's
life is so bad.
They try to
I live
convince
under
us.
a train station.
They try to convince us that he's like smart because he does other people's homework, but that's not fucking like that's not that big of a deal. And like especially with the end of him apparently planning out everything that happened at the last in like the final act. That's it's such bullshit.
It's the most unbelievable part of the film.
Because like the Death Note, they explicitly say cannot like bend the rules of physics.
Which technically it didn't. It bent luck, not physics.
Motherfucker, they fell like 5 meters away from each other from falling from the exact same part.
That was one of the funniest scenes in the movie, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know why.
So far into the water.
I just remember it being so funny because he just fell in the water. She just fell into a pile of flowers, and bang, bing, bang, boom, dead.
Yeah. All right. I want to talk about L quickly because I started off actually quite liking Lakeith Stanfield's portrayal of L.
I did
And
too.
then the further in the movie we got, the more I despised him.
He is okay when it's the same thing as anime versus this. When the characters feel smart, it's okay to be weird. Like, because we feel like they're making smart moves and they're being like reasonable people, it's fine. But when they get to this point, and it's like halfway through the movie, no one is making any smart decisions besides probably Mia.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just the biggest idiot around, and it's like, oh, okay. So all of these dumb things that with the characterizations is just dumb. It adds to them being dumb.
It does.
I think one of the things that, like, just back on the other thing about, like, how the end of the movie, like, one of the things that also makes it so unbelievable, like, translating it back to the original anime, in the Death Note, from the anime, the Death Note had 5 rules. Just 5. The one in this movie had, like, I don't know, 100 or some shit. Like, there was a rule 60 somewhere. I don't even remember what that was.
Yeah, there's a very key part about, like, writing, like, this kind of, like, science fiction-y story, where you need to lay out the rules of how this stuff works pretty clearly. Because if you want your characters to feel smart, you can't have any arse pulls. So they need to understand how the mechanics work. But we do not know all the rules of the Death Note, so they could just pull out any fucking thing out of their ass as they wish, and they did.
Like, but that was the whole thing. Like, that was so cool about the anime. There was just 5. They bent the rules all the time. They're like, could I do this? Oh, I can. I can make up my own rules for this. And he comes up with fake rules. And that's a whole other thing for the anime. Just so many rules. And so you're meant to have me believe that he planned out this whole thing while he was fucking off doing whatever, while me is probably while me is being the smartest person in the movie. You're making me believe that he read the book all the way through. And he knew how to make it work.
He can read.
You want me to believe he came up with a plan to which he would live, and no one else, and like everyone else would die? Nah, with like 150 something rules. No. Also, it's something else from the anime. If you touch the Death Note, you can see the Shimigami.
Yeah.
This one, you just have Light talking to himself.
Like a crazy man.
Yeah.
He was a crazy, stupid man.
Yeah.
He's a crazy, dumb, stupid man.
No, but so they
And
also
we
have like
hate him.
you die if you don't touch the Death Note within a certain amount of time.
That
After
was so
doing it.
weird.
Was that a rule
Yeah.
in this?
Yeah, man. That's why he was pissed at Mia. That like
Oh,
if you sorry,
yeah!
no, it was you can write someone's name in it, but they will die at midnight or something.
Yeah, I forgot that dumb rule.
Oh, its owner must continue to use it at least once every 13 days or perish.
was that
yeah.
not? Was that in the anime?
Okay, that was in the anime. I can't say for the movie. The movie might have had its own thing.
Oh, okay.
But yes, once you start writing names, well, I mean, this one it didn't really seem to care about those rules, but in the anime it was like, okay, you can choose not to accept the Death Note, but once you write the names in it, you're done for life. Like
You're
there's
done
no
for-
turning back. You have to be writing names in it.
Yeah.
The movie, I don't know. They never gave him the consequences of it being like, oh yeah, you're gonna go to purgatory forever.
Yeah. In all fairness, though, this also does not take place over the same time period.
No, the Death
Well,
Note
the-
anime takes place over
yeah.
like years.
Mm.
Yeah, the anime takes place over like to his adulthood. Like,
This one,
like
I don't know, like a month.
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. God, bro,
It's
this
No.
movie.
Dude.
Basically, the entire them being smart and doing all the killing and using the Death Note takes place over one montage where they also fuck.
Yeah, they were killing and fucking.
Oh yeah, teenage sex fully in this film.
I don't understand how that. Look,
Affects the plot.
me is freaky.
You know that she was in the anime as well.
Yeah. No,
Well,
that's
in
a
the
different
anime-
one. No,
In the anime,
Misa
Mia
was
is
in the anime.
Anime Misa, very different. Not
Yeah.
even close to the same character.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
yeah, they
meant
don't
to
have
be
the same
fucked up
name.
that- You're right, yeah. It was
Yeah.
meant to be fucked up that Mia and Misa, that Misa and Light were in any way related, like together. It was
Yeah.
meant to be fucked up.
Yeah, he was using her. It was an abusive relationship. I mean, this one was too, but in the opposite sort of way.
Yeah.
She used him in a way.
Not in a way, she just did.
Oh yeah, she just used him. He didn't give a shit. No, he didn't care.
Yeah, he really didn't.
He was like,
What one notes you got of him?
affection.
So I just God, most of my stuff has already been covered. I did write that I
Yeah.
completely forgot that Watari was in the original. I had
Yeah.
completely forgotten about his character's existence, and I thought they just made him up for the movie.
Just make up a Atari. Oh god.
It was the whole. It was a very similar plot point of him being a big part of learning El's
Yeah.
name, but that didn't work in the anime.
I know,
Man who-
but like
Man who's basically the butler for L. Most loved man. Nah, made up.
I had just completely forgotten about his entire existence.
Oh my god. Sorry,
What?
I just looked into the trivia. During post-production, the office was broken into and a flash drive containing some VFX shot was stolen.
And that's the entire reason this film looked as shit as it did.
Yeah, really it was going to look
Oh
great,
yeah.
but they couldn't redo
They actually-
all those
actually,
USB
that,
shots.
That VFX drive stole all of the light from this film, apart from the one that mattered, and just made this the most in-shadow film ever.
Huh.
But I hated the car chase sequence.
Oh, that sucks so much.
Yeah.
Actually, also when they hopped out of the cars and chased each other, that also sucked.
Yeah.
Like, none of this was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Nothing in this was anything, like, there was nothing enjoyable about this movie.
They very much for no reason just added a lot of action to it, which just doesn't feel right for what the point of the series is.
They also
Because
added
in order
heaps of
to-
jump scares.
Yeah, which is weird. In order to like make good adaptations, you don't really need to like follow the story to a T. Like that's fine. Even the characters they can be different as long as they're good and interesting. The only really thing you need to adhere to is trying to catch that the vibe, the essence of what made the original thing so interesting, why people were drawn to it. But when you look at this one, it's like there's nothing there that made the previous one interesting.
Yeah.
Like the book is less interesting because the rules are less clear. The characters are less interesting because they're less smart. Like the plot is less interesting because it's not based around two geniuses going at each other, trying to one up each other in a battle of wits. It is just an idiot being in love with a psychopath, and some other guy chases them, and then they die.
Yeah.
Maybe it failed because there was no tennis scene. There was no homoerotic tennis scene.
They got rid of all the homoeroticism, which is that's
half the anime.
Honestly, it's which is homophobic. Like it's fucked up.
Yeah, that's true. You hear that, Netflix?
We're calling you out, Netflix.
It's homophobic to remove all the tension. The reason why L lost in the anime is because he loved Light too much.
Yeah.
He couldn't admit that it was his best buddy.
Can we add, just in post-production, a spoiler for the entire Death Note series as well?
I think it's implied. Implied.
It should be implied, but I will do it either way.
Thank you.
If someone's going into the Death Note episode not expecting to be talking about Death Note, I feel like, I don't know, maybe you're a bit lower like Light, you know?
A fucking pussy-ass idiot.
Alright. I just want to do some trivia. So first of all, Adam Wingard, who was the director of this, was directed the actually directed the pretty good film You're Next.
Okay, that's good.
And then also of the Godzilla vs Kong films.
Now we're talking.
And the Blair Witch remake.
Now we're talking.
Which was dog shit.
Whoa! Look at this man.
And also, fun fact, the person who was supposed to be directing this film was Gus Van Sant, who, if you don't know, is most famous for directing Good Will Hunting, but also directed one of my most loathed films of all times, the shot-for-shot remake of Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, starring the ever awful Vince Vaughn.
I love the exhaustion in your voice. The ever awful Vince Vaughn.
I hate Vince Vaughn. I won't hide that fact. He also, funnily enough, just going back to an earlier point, directed a film about a school shooting.
This movie. He looked like a school shooter.
Yeah, but Mia is a school shooter.
Okay, yeah. Mia's the school shooter. No, I can't make any reference to IRL because I don't know anything about
Light looks like the kind of person that would be like telling people that he's going to shoot up the school, but like he would never do it.
Oh yeah.
Then Mia comes in with shooting the AK.
Mia comes in like, I thought we were doing this.
Yeah, he's like, guys, don't come to school tomorrow. I'm gonna shoot it up. And then he's like, yeah, these people all suck. Well, Mia's just walked in, starts blasting people,
and then he starts crying.
Yeah, he's crying like a little bitch under a table. She walks up, shoots him.
I also love Lakeith Stanfield, who played L. He's had such a great film career. This is just like a smear on his film career. Because he was in Uncut Gems, Get Out, Judas and the Black Messiah, Knives Out.
Damn.
He's been
Is the same thing for Nat Wolf?
No. He's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah, nothing happened for Nat Wolf after.
His 5 most popular films are A Fault in Our Stars, which is, I've heard, I've heard pretty decent.
I've heard
Whatever.
but that was before Death Note though, so that doesn't count.
Paper Towns, also before Death Note. Heard it was actually pretty. The book was good. The film was shit, apparently. Palo Alto, which I heard was also decent. Also, funnily enough, also starring Margaret Qualley. And The Intern, which I enjoyed. Not a lot of many other people did. All of these were before Death Note.
No way.
What?
So, you guys continue. I need to investigate this.
Okay, that's concerning. I want to note at the point of the scene with the Ferris wheel in this film.
Mm-hmm.
I, before this point, had been trying to remain as neutral as possible, trying to see the good, trying to see the bad. But it got to a point where I'd had enough with this film. And I wrote a 8-line diatribe in my notes about how much I hated this film.
Please?
I just wrote, nah, fuck this, man. This is shit. I was holding out hope because I like the original, but realistically, this is absolute dog shit with Ryu being the only slightly redeeming quality. But Mia, not Misa, dying at the end with a sappy Chicago song playing over the end. I'm fucking done, man. I'm fucking done.
It's game over, man. Game over.
It was so bad. God. It's just. This is just. I don't like this film. I don't know if any of us had made this obvious yet, but I don't think any of us liked this.
This might be one of my least favorite films of all time. I'm not even joking. Like, I mean, look, nothing can compare to Airplane Mode. This one is just still very bad, though.
Still dog shit.
This one is just somewhere down there.
This is one of the most disappointing movies I've ever watched. Actually, no, this is the most disappointing movie. Actually, that's a lie. I think Pacific Rim 2 was the most disappointing movie I've ever watched in my entire life. This is the second most disappointing movie I've ever watched in my entire life. Because I also thought, going into it, that it would be funnier. Because that's what people said about when the movie was coming out. Because we're being part of, like, people who talk about anime a lot. When this came out on, like, YouTube or other social media, it was big and reviewed by everyone. They all hated it, but they all said that it was very funny to watch. And I don't think it was. I think there were parts of it that were funny, like Light screaming. That was funny, but
that was good.
Most of it, just pretty boring.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a dull film. And it made it worse by the fact that I had a long day before watching this, and this was the way I ended my day.
This was my down to Dragon Ball Evolution being my up. And that Dragon Ball Evolution was awful.
Yeah.
I think
objectively a worse film. Objectively, a worse movie than this.
It is
like,
also it is also the worst film according to Letterboxd on our list.
Which is completely fair. Like it is just a significantly worse movie.
It's a terrible movie,
on every standpoint. Like and every like metric that you would make a movie, go to like cinematography, writing, plotting, characters. But at least it's funny.
At least it gives you some good feelings. This one doesn't give you. It gives you nothing, or it makes you mad or sad. There's nothing enjoyable to be found in Death Note. Not for people who just want to watch any movie at all. There's nothing good here in terms of a movie, and there's nothing good here in terms of an adaptation.
Yeah, I can't imagine like just people who don't know about the anime, people, like just average watchers, just coming through this. I think they would watch it and go like, "Oh, that was shit."
Damn, they should stop making anime.
Yeah.
You would have made an anime based on this? Yeah.
I want to know. I just decided to have a quick look at my film diary just to see what films I watched in between Dragon Ball Evolution and Death Note. I watched Dragon Ball Evolution. I watched Death Note 2 days after I watched Dragon Ball Evolution. Do you want to know all the films I watched in that time period?
Yeah,
sure.
Gremlins 2, The New Batch, Dragon Ball Evolution, Despicable Me 4, Elvira Mistress of the Dark, The Mummy, Annabelle Creation, and Death Note.
Jesus.
You speed ran just great movies.
I watched 7 films in a 2-day period without watching something on the third.
With a combined score of 5 stars.
You know how many I watched, Finn?
How many? 2?
I watched 1. It was The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, a silent film from the 1920s. It was decent.
Nerd.
Like, I enjoyed it. But there wasn't 7 movies. Okay, sorry. Okay, by the way, just to first off, speed run through some notes. His dad looked like Max Payne, but a worse off Max Payne. They had an American Cop moment where the cop just threatens to shoot L after he smashes him on the table.
Oh my god, he does look like Sam Lake. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And
That's so funny.
He wore a top hat to his prom because he's
Oh my god, he did.
because he's such a nerd. Yeah, he's such a dork. Apparently there was an In Excess song.
Yep.
It might have been Don't Change. I can't remember now. It's been a while. That's a good part of the movie. I like In Excess. God, and also when I was talking about, I was like, guys, continue. I need to investigate this. So, yeah, look, it's pretty accurate to say that it was his fucking name. Nat Wolf. He hasn't done an awful lot, especially not particularly good stuff. Maybe like I don't know if any of these movies are good. I haven't really seen them. He was in a TV show though that was pretty big.
Yeah.
It was the mini series for the 2020 remake of The Stand.
Oh yeah, you love that, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh, I meant The Stand as a story, but
I love The Stand story, and I also love the original movie of The Stand, which was also a mini series. That was also like 6 hours long. Pardon?
This, as another note, this is Willem Dafoe's lowest rated movie on Letterboxd.
really.
And I'll tell you what, Willem Dafoe's been in a fuck ton of movies.
I mean, look, you gotta have one downer.
Oh no, there's a few downers here, but yes, this was
Such as
like the big downer.
Such as Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Fuck, was he in that?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He was, I think, the main villain.
Oh, okay, no, but it's good again. But anyway, so I was gonna finish this thing off because it's so good.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, so Nat Wolff played a character called Lloyd in it, and I was like, was he the dweeb that tried to woohoo a girl in that movie?
Say fuck. Don't say
No.
woohoo. Jesus. Like 12?
Okay, fine. Okay, I'm sorry. When you tried to fuck a girl and win her heart over because he's such a dweeb and nerd, and he fails. So no, that wasn't him, but he plays this amazing character, and I just need you to look at this photo of him from the show.
Oh no. Okay,
Yeah.
He looks like a pervert cosplaying a pimp.
Yeah, so he has lots of scruffy, gross facial hair, a leather bucket hat, tiger print shirt, a leopard print jacket, and a gold necklace.
This looks like
that looks so bad.
This looks like what Blade Runner 2047 wanted to be.
So, which one do you think 10 times more fuckable now?
Oh yeah.
He'd call you a slur while it's happening.
He would.
Bro, I can't even. It's just so good.
Oh, that's awful. I hate it.
Oh god.
You'll have to put that into the YouTube version.
Oh, I will figure out what to do. I will put that on the community tab or some shit.
No, just put it in the video.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So about
Oh.
time for those
Oh
illustrious
yeah.
Yes, the
reviews.
popular reviews.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right,
Before we die.
Jacob, would you like to start us off?
Yes, from one of our favorite content creators, Shay Frillis.
Yeah, let's go.
1 star. This is the hardest I've laughed in a long time.
Too true, Schaefer. He's actually made a few appearances on this show.
Oh yeah,
not physically or commentary wise. He's just been here in spirit.
in spirit, yeah.
Yep. Finn, would you like the next one?
Yeah, from number one Gizmo fan, half a star. This whole movie should not be existed. My friend, while watching this, I also want to note that number one Gizmo fan has a great still from Ponyo as their profile picture.
I love this whole movie should not be existed. And then we have from Liam F, half a star. Imagine making a film so terrible that Willem Dafoe couldn't even save it. Too true, bestie. Too true.
I got a one that's a bit further down from Karen H, half a star.
Yeah.
It is incomprehensible to me that this movie ends with a blooper / behind the scenes reel.
Oh.
It is wild. It is wild. Like
That
it's
is
as if it's like a
crazy.
comedy like jokey thing. It just ends with like the characters, the actors laughing and having fun. Like, what the fuck? What do you think we just watched? Huh? What did we just watch?
Also, you know that Karen H is Karen Hahn, Brian David Gilbert's partner, right?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, fun fact there.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. By Andre, 2 stars. I want to
say that one.
I want
I was
to
gonna
write
tell
the
you.
name. I want to write the name of this movie in the Death Note.
Oh god, that one's so long. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. 1 star by John Lewis.
Josh
Exploitation for Tumblr teens.
Wingard.
What Wingard directs with no sense of characterization or form, only a vague interest in stylizing the source material's goofy fantasy plus versus brutal violence. Oddly, none of its cat and mouse thriller tendencies, though. Come alive briefly during the glimpse of Final Destination splatter carnage, but there's not nearly enough of it to justify a bizarre, sympathetic, in over-his-head martyr story. It tries to milk out of edgy, angsty power fantasy bullshit. Couldn't help but get the feeling this desperately wants Donnie Darko status. But unfortunately, for all it's involved, it's much closer to a resemblance to a CW drama.
That is probably the best and most scathing way to put it.
That is so scathing.
This is exactly a CW drama.
It is.
It is.
Which is
It's
better,
1 to 1.
Bro.
this or fucking what was it called? Riverdale.
Riverdale
fucking rocks, dude.
I wouldn't know.
Riverdale took their source material and decided, what if it was crazy and just ridiculous? And that's a great choice. They made a great choice.
Yeah, look, dude. There was a witch who, by the power of loving women, stopped a meteor from hitting the town.
What?
I shit you not. Okay, maybe it wasn't from the power of loving women, but
No,
there is
There's
a
no
lesbian
way.
who's a witch that stopped a meteor from hitting the town by magic.
What the fuck?
Finn, can we please just review Riverdale on this podcast?
I
That's
would,
a
but
lot of things to watch.
I would, but I truly don't want to watch Riverdale.
It's
Not even with
so
that
many hours.
synopsis.
Even
It's
with
so
that
many
synopsis.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know why I decided to look back. I was like, huh, was this movie so bad that it killed the director's career? No, of course it didn't. He did Godzilla v Kong and Godzilla
Yeah.
X Kong: The New Empire.
He went on to make just fuck tons of money.
He did.
Yeah,
Like he
he's
deserved.
now swimming in it.
God, that's so funny.
Yeah. Cinema is truly magical, Finn.
Lauren, 1 star. Me watching Paul Lakeith Stanfield in this. Get out, get out, get out.
Shut the fuck up. God damn it, dude. Oh, well.
Also, one last one. Lily,
Yeah.
1/2 star. The writers in this are fucking cowards for leaving out the gay subtext between Light and L.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's why it was a bad movie.
That's the only reason it was a bad movie.
The only reason, and not for all the other shit we said about it. Alright. Well, I can't think of anything else to say. So is that what we want to call the wrap?
Yeah.
Alright, well, Jacob, you got anything you want to shout out or plug?
Watch DNTEA. DNT.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
Yeah, D&D podcast. Yay!
Yeah. More episodes coming soon.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Jacob, confirm it.
This comes out in a month.
This
Shut up.
if my calculations are correct, this comes out on New Year's Day.
There will definitely be episodes before that. There will definitely be episodes before that.
Alright, fuck it. Alright, well.
If there's not, I swear to God. I need my fix and I'm in the podcast.
Yeah, I love watching that shit. Anyway, and you should too. So have a watch of it, have a listen, have a Kit Kat. Anyways, thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Why Don't We Watch This Movie. Yeah,
all of our socials and stuff.
That's
in
right.
The description and all of that, because we always forget to say this part.
Yep. You can follow us on all that stuff. Maybe we'll be more active on the other places, but right now it's really just Instagram.
It really is just Instagram we're active
and that's just run by me.
Yeah. And me randomly sending you shit at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
It's called. Send me a message on there and be like, "You're a dumb shit," and I'll be like, "Thank you."
I do that anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay, sorry. That's for the point of this. When I advertised one of the episodes, and I put in a little hidden joke of a certain polar bear in one of the photos.
Yeah,
and Finn sent that to me, and in all caps saying "fuck you."
It's an awful inside joke that I want to throttle you over putting into our Instagram story.
It's so funny. All right, well that's all we have time for. So see you in the cinema.
Bye.
Bye.